Cool. I have to mute the music while I... Okay, cool. All right. Should we look at params or should we look at common swarm?
We can do params first. So done with, we're completely stable on conviction voting. That's not going to change. And we're completely stable on token freeze. We're completely stable on the DAO voting. But the bonding curve parameter the module is, we're going to remove a lot of the stuff, and that should be done this week. And then we won't be changing anything in the dashboard after that. So I'm excited for that to be finally complete. And the only other thing is I sort of want to just do, since we have more time, do one more overhaul of making the issue seems hard to use. When we, I don't see, like, you can kind of go through the issue, but I feel like it could be better arranged in some way to highlight the strategy text and put the parameters next to it. So I sort of want to do a little bit, since we have more time, I'll probably do a little bit of rearranging on the GitHub issue. So there's the CDD GitHub issue submission QA and the CDD ABC QA. Those are both, that will just be like making sure that they didn't break it when they upgrade. Those are the big issues. The rest is, it's just the param parties. So cat herding to set param party calendar. Although I think that's kind of been done. It's not really done by me. I think it's just kind of everyone adds their stuff to the calendar.
Can I ask a question regarding that part of the prompts party? Since we have amplified the time, where will be there more debate, or will there be there more space for people to know about what they're gonna vote, or because the calendar stops today, like there is nothing else in the next following weeks?
Yeah, we usually add a lot of stuff on the Sunday. So
okay.
Or at least that's what I usually do. I usually update it. Although, and maybe Chewy, do you have a thought? I guess this is an open question. Should we start having parties again? Do a mix of parties and debates?
I could volunteer, but I don't think I could take it up to the same pace that I was doing last week. So if some more people could jump in and support this as well, I feel that we would cover the necessary ground that we want to get.
I want to do some. I'll try.
Yeah? Would you want to do a party or a debate?
Well, I think we need to maybe look at our schedule and figure out what our timeline is now. And then we could decide what fits in what week. But I'll try to do, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what we want to do for next week yet. So
I figure we could still do mixes of debates and parties, you know?
Then I think I should do a party before I do a debate. Yeah, it's kind of a good idea, actually, to have concurrent parties and debates, because the people that have already attended a party can then graduate to the debate. Or people that have attended a debate are then ready to do the party. So I feel like you can actually go either way.
Yeah,
and it would be beneficial. So okay, so that's good. Cool. Maybe I just create an issue for myself. And then if I'm any good, Chewy, I'll do some more. If I stink, though, I might not want to do it again.
Well, the tough thing is, like, honestly, sometimes nobody attends. You know, they're like, sometimes I had a pram party 2 days ago, and no one attended for the first half hour, and then at the half hour, a couple people showed up. So.
Yeah, I was gonna bring this up. I thought you meant that like throwing parties at other communities, Griff. But if it's parties in the TEC, yeah, that's much easier. And yeah, as you say, sometimes people don't show up to some of them. So
yeah, I've been thinking about this strategy, and I think Tam and I were talking about it a little bit. And maybe it'd be good to, like, try to rope in a token holder to a scheduled call. So like, at least this is what I'm going to try to do for the next couple of weeks, is like really talk to some token holders and be like, hey, like, you want to do a param party? We'll make it an open party, but like, what hour works for you? And then at least there's one person attending that you want to like be playing around, and then then put it on the calendar, and maybe others show up, maybe they don't. Maybe it's a huge party, maybe it's a small party, but at least then there's someone who shows up.
Yeah, that'd be so great. And also getting engagement from token holders.
This is an interesting song.
Yeah,
by the way.
I'm mapping also to work. Like if like there's like an morning Europe that me and Tam can cover. Like even if you cannot, like we could do that call, and yeah, I think that would work.
Yeah, maybe we can coordinate. There's a Pram Party host channel, and I'll add you to it, Tam, and we can coordinate there for if we can find some people.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, that's parameters.
Okay.
And of course, I guess it's kind of soft gov, but figuring out the time, the exact deadline, which I hope to do just today. Rewrite that post and kind of pick smart times with Livia.
Okay. For this, I wonder, it's assigned to Mitch. It's focus param parties on live token engineering. I feel like this one is done, right? Chewy, do you think we could keep this open, or Juanca, if Mitch is behind you?
Yeah.
Leave it open?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
No, we can probably close them. I mean, if
I can say on this, I think this process of what you just said, Tam, about grading from a party to a debate, if we can do it, for example, in a single call, and we can sort of, yeah, I know, but like if we can do this live token engineering, I mean, I think we can step on the education aspect of it a little bit, and it's this like it's this time where people like they have play around. Everyone, like most of our people community, are familiar with the dashboard, and I think there could be it could be a gain, a nice momentum gain before the upgrade, and I will leave this open to see if there is any improvement that could be made to the format that we are using, at least for the last run, because I think it could be interesting to see as a use case for promoting these kind of activities and the way we sort of integrate education in it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it open. It's also nice because somebody in the community just jumped in and started adding suggestions. So that was a nice use for it too. Then should we jump to Common Swarm?
Yeah. Common Swarm, we're working on the demo, so it's great news. I've been a little MIA this week, just following the chats, but I know that today they are making big progress on the actual getting the demo out and setting up the staging. And we have they of course ran into some problems, but everything's a lot of it is just writing tests, a lot of automated tests to make sure things are going to work the way they're supposed to work. So and they're making huge progress. I think that we'll have no problem hitting these deadlines, especially now that they're extended. I think that we would be ready within a week or two.
Okay. Do I leave these all in the product backlog?
I really think that Garden's demo will be live on Rinkeby for people to play with this sprint backlog. And same with the only one that might not be done is the Get ABC front end. No, that'll all be done. All of this stuff should be done this week. The only thing is, like, there's kind of an issue that's not there. That the ABC front end will need some improvements that I don't think will be finalized before the demo. We'll have first a demo out there, but there'll be QA and stuff that will make us fix some things.
Okay. So
But I think all this stuff should get done this sprint. Like,
we think that the smart contracts will be final.
the smart contracts they should be fine. I mean, they should have been final this week, but then Sokai found another bug. So now we thought they were already final. I almost closed this issue. So the smart contracts have to be final before we do any of the demos and stuff. It's more about the ABC front end. Like, when I read that says get ABC front end to work, we could close that right now. We got it to work. It's just like it doesn't show the entry and exit tributes, you know? It's missing a little bit more communication with the end user.
Is that better? Finalize ABC front end.
Yes, and that will not make it into this sprint.
Cool. All right, sweet, awesome. Ivy, since you're here, should we do transparency? Well, maybe you're more awake than less awake. Ends up.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Ivy.
Okay. Yeah, we can start the product backlog. 11-19 should go to this sprint. So we'll be revising the forum post about the audit. We have started, but we're still working on it. And 11-14 should also go to the sprint. This is about revoking access to some PC platforms, so which we Zep posted a forum post about the process and nobody objects. So yeah, we'll proceed with that. And then updating credentials document. So this will be done after we revoke the access. So that will be this sprint too. And then the transparency survey. We'll push this one out the next this coming sprint because it will help us a lot with the audit.
Just quick question with this survey. Durgadas had made some suggestions in our communitas, and then I think he made the same suggestions again in comms around using HubSpot to pool information for the surveys and to facilitate survey data collection. I wonder if you guys have already linked up with him or maybe want to?
No, we haven't yet. Yeah, we'll reach out to him once we have the information that we want to get from the survey. Thanks for letting us know about Rigidas. And what else? Yeah, these are the only issues we'll be bringing to the sprint, but we have also repeating ones.
Okay, I'll bring all the repeating ones in. There is one for the funding proposal. Is that something that will go for future sprint?
Yes, sorry, I missed that.
Okay.
Yeah, this will also go to this sprint.
Okay, cool. Cool, excellent. Thanks for that.
And then should I also go proceed with the legal? Yes.
I forgot we have legal here again. Cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just saw some issues today that are blocking the commons upgrade while checking the board, and I have to sync with Santi about the others. Because the last that Santi was there, we were only talking about the ABC terms and conditions, but the other documents like the CD proposals and the covenant, we haven't talked about this document for a while, so I don't have any update on what would be the next step for this.
Well, for the covenant, I don't know why this is legal.
I think it's already posted in the forum, but I don't know if it still needs to be voted on, or has it been
I think
voted
it
on?
will. Yeah, I don't think this is legal. I think this is soft gov.
Legal just needs to review it.
Oh, okay, good.
So this
Okay.
document is the same as the document that was posted in the forum some months ago.
Livia is updating it, but Livia updated covenant, and then covenant, no, covenant. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have that on my radar either as something that needs to happen. Covenant. I feel like that's right, but maybe it's wrong.
I think the N. On top, hatched out vote covenant to be voted on. It's an
Yeah, it's spelled the same way.
no. You have one N that is not in that. I mean, I don't know what's the correct one, but I know it's different.
Yeah, you're right. It's convenant. Okay. Yeah, cool. So I guess what this really means is like this should be like, if this is legal and this gets assigned to you, then this is review.
Okay.
Right? So, and then it's a good point. Have covenant before community vote. Cool.
Okay, and then the CV proposal, I don't know the status of this or what this is about. So
Any
I will
chance
reach out to Santi.
Wait, Griff might know though. Just let's maybe check first. Griff, the CV proposals, the terms and conditions for conviction voting.
Yeah, I think we just need something short, like a paragraph or some kind of like saying, hey, you know, you're not guaranteed this money. I thought there was something that was written that was like a decent brief of it, and it just needed to be polished. That's where I thought it was, but honestly, I haven't seen that document in a long time, and the whole concept was basically like, you know, it's something relatively, just a disclaimer. Hey, by requesting this money, it doesn't mean you'll ever get it. You know, it might be rejected it might be challenged through Celeste and this sort of stuff, and just some like, just telling people what happens when you make a proposal. And I thought it was really basic, and I thought that we did it like 3 months ago or something, maybe more.
Yeah, I remember we won a CV document, but I don't know if it's the same as the CV, as this true.
Yes, Santi might be the best person to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll reach out to Santi on this. And then the ABC terms, what's missing here is are the parameters. But I reached out to, I mean, I already talked to Pablo yesterday, and he said he would take a look also. Pablo is the potential new contributor for the legal working group.
Oh, he agreed?
We had only a quick chat, but he said he will take a look at this document and he will provide feedback. The initial feedback that he said is not to avoid using the word conditions. Instead of saying terms and conditions, we should use terms of use. But we haven't got the chance to elaborate on that because of the time constraints. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I gave him access to this.
Should I pull these three into this backlog, since I think you're going to be working on these?
Yes.
These three.
Yes.
And this one should be ready. Okay. And can I close this now that we found someone? I mean, you're going to be the steward, but this person, we have some legal help now.
Yeah. I don't know if he can, because I only had a quick chat with him. I don't know if he will proceed, but yeah, maybe we can close this one.
Maybe I'll call it call for legal working group help.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to Keep it open
Yeah,
just in case we need it.
open. Let's keep it open. And then there's a 1077. Yeah, this one. This is almost ready. I just need access to Sean's document. Then we can post it in the forum. I think that's for this.
Okay.
Ivy, can you send me a link to it? Maybe I have access and I can give you access.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks. Is that anything you want to add?
No, she did it fantastic. Thanks, Ivy.
Cool. Juanca, you feel like doing gravity next?
Yeah, for sure, Tom.
Cool.
Well, on repeating, we have what is titled "Promote and Start the NBC Study Club," but yeah, we are. This week we went over chapter 9, and there are 14 chapters, so we need still like 2 sprints more to finish the book. And on the product backlog, I created this new issue of regain momentum in gravity working group coordination calls, because as the graviton training is finished, we still need to regain momentum in the coordination of the working group calls. And yeah, there are some things that needs to be done, but that I have been like delaying them a little bit, like a forum post about the multisig for gravity, and for people to propose sets and vote, and clustering into DAOs a specific group of gravitons, and improve coordination and guiding content for first-time mediators. So these are things that we're going to be working in the working group next sprint. And yeah, I haven't closed the one that says continue delivering the graviton trainings, because what is left is that we need to make the official list of gravitons from the second cohort, and I haven't done it. But yeah, that is something that should be done. And also that we are going to make a special POAP for the first and second generation gravitons to solve that issue that some people couldn't claim all of their POAPs. So yeah, we're just gonna make another POAP and give it to the people that actually went to the training. Also, ask Gravitons if they want to appear in the sidebar of the server. Now that we will have the second cohort of Gravitons, maybe other people want to appear there. And the Gravity Gitcoin grant for round 12 is ready. The Zero reviewed the grant, and it's inactive, but it will be active in round 12. But I haven't closed it because yeah, I want to paste here the advance of the multisig. On the other things, yeah, I think that the One Hive outreach, the Give It outreach, and the outreach to other communities is included in that part of the Gravity working group coordination calls, because my idea is to be able to cluster groups of gravitons that contribute in different communities. And I think that making a long-term gravity roadmap, it's super important. But yeah, I feel this is something that is going to evolve out of all the other things. So I am not going to put it in the sprint backlog, but to leave it in the product backlog.
Great. Thanks for that. All right. Eduardo, how do you feel about tackling Communitas?
I should also
Sure.
say I have to leave in 20 minutes, so just in case anyone needs anything specific from me.
Okay. Anyone wants to? Anyone needs Griff before we continue with Communitas? Okay.
So I closed some issues. Of the things that I think are already done. Let me change this. Yeah, I will see your screen. It will be better in that way. Yeah, Calendly, I assign myself to the Calendly Orientations 101, the one at the left. Yeah, I assign myself to that one. Yeah, and then training guides on guides. The training for new guides. I added the document, and I will incorporate feedback, so it should be for next sprint. So we can label that.
And maybe
for
we
next.
can. Yeah, maybe we can even have 1 or 2 people start to test out the guide, like become guides using this guide.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's I guess the session for kicking off once I have incorporated the feedback from what people provided. I don't know anything about the ARA or the onboarding flowchart. The onboarding flowchart, I think that's
Yeah, it's Michael who's working with Aloysius. He has a design and development company, and they are kind of experts in accessibility. So they're sort of still collaborating on that.
Perfect.
And Michael's also continuing on the high level, onboarding journey from beginning to end.
It's onboarding the correct name, and it's no more of a life cycle, member life cycle kind of. Because onboarding, I think, the big picture is not about onboarding; it's the life cycle of someone in the TEC.
Yeah, we could update it to member experience.
Yeah. Correct.
Oh, this is done. The survey. It's almost done. We're just missing the survey, but we'll bring it into the sprint because he'll finish it this sprint.
Yes. Then the rest, I think, graphic content for user journey. That's the one that Durgaras and that's the Laser and Mike are probably working on. I have a sync with as a Laser this week, so we will see regarding this. So there is nothing on that. And I had one to be open, which was called update the get involved section of the Discord with things the working group needs. So I don't know. I didn't open because I don't know if we are going to do that. I don't know if we tackle that on the stewards or not. So
yeah. Sorry, which one was it? I'm sorry, my children interrupted me, but.
Oh, sorry. No, I meant to say that the section of get involved on the Discord that we talk about weekly updating it with things that working groups need in case a contributor arrives, they can just straight jump into it. I haven't opened the issue because I was waiting to know if they're going to do it or not. Yeah.
Do you want to ask now?
Yeah, I'm willing to do it. I just need stewards to be sort of on sync with this, so it's not only one person.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you want to propose the idea now.
Yes. So basically, what we want to do, we have a get involved section on the new Discord kind of thing at your left, and where it says start here, and it happens with comms. That comms requires creatives. Params probably will require, or Common Storm maybe require some help or not. I don't know. But the idea is to weekly update according to the needs of the working groups. So we can have this pool of things or issues for contributors, and people can immediately enter. But there is a lot of people who access the space already knowing what they want. The idea of the get involved, it's a bridge to immediately a working group that's seeking for help on X situation.
Okay. I mean, like, I think it's a great idea. Maybe we can bring it up in the stewards working group, in our stewards weekly.
Yeah. So I didn't create the issue until we have agreement on that. So yeah, that's the other one. And then there's another one that I just forgot. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, those are my end.
Okay,
Oh yeah, I have to open one for if we're gonna do the outreach to for the following weeks of forums, parties, and debates. I will just open a new issue for this new part for myself. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like we have to do something this sprint with the, onboarding people into ZenHub.
Oh yeah, we need to open one. Sorry, yeah, I remember which one it was. We need to open one for As the Laser for his designing the deck for the orientation call. I saw the orientation thing. So that's the other one that needs to be open for As the Laser.
Okay, do you want to just do it now so it's ready
Yeah.
by the end of the call? Cool.
Yeah.
And then a short and simple welcome video. I feel like the pressure is off on this one because now we're doing the now we have recordings of the orientation video that are on ZenHub. I'm sorry, did I say ZenHub? YouTube. So should we close this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we should close this. I will just record probably offline just an intro to that video or not, depending on what I see has been recorded so far.
Yeah, it's worth going back and having a look at some of them.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is actually just repeating, right? I don't know why it's not repeating. Resprint. So we'll add that. I'm done really terrible with this, selecting 3 forum posts that could become blog posts. How about you, Nate? What have you done? Because I'm batting 0 for 3.
Yep, still batting 0 for 3. So,
do we think we can do it this sprint?
Yep.
I don't know that I can take it on, to be honest. I feel like what I'm taking on is going to be enough. I don't know that I can take this.
I guess it depends on what forum posts are available to use.
Well,
which ones we want to select.
I think we should try to get the voting, like let's really solidify the vote dates for the dashboard. That would be a good forum post to turn into a blog post.
Yeah.
And get that one out next week, probably. Like, yeah, that seems like the highest priority.
And also, I think it could be interesting to make a Medium post about onboarding, the onboarding process that we are doing. Just explaining the rationality of it to externally. I think it could be nice.
Nate, do you want to quarterback this one?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Thank you for that. And then there is I've been chatting with Manu about, maybe it's under stewards. I've been chatting with Manu about an article on the stewards working group. Maybe I'll search by him. And it should be ready soon, actually. So basically just something simple about the working groups. And then we can post that for Medium. I thought it might be ready last sprint, but not quite yet. And then we've just simplified it to be even more simple, to be something like those paragraphs that we have on the website. We can put them into a document and maybe like write a little intro text and maybe refine some of them a little bit and then publish that. So I'll throw that one in there too. Okay. So I think with Communitas, oh great, thanks. I'm going to throw this in here too. I think we're continuing the user experience from, the day 0 that we have. So people landing in Discord. And then we're looking at like, check-ins at, 14 days, 28 days, and then maybe like a month and a half, something like that. So looking at implementing processes around having interactions with new members from their first landing to maybe like a 3-month period, something like that.
Correct.
And okay, and what else? As well as what else are we doing? So we're doing that. The guides to bring on new roles for new guides, so to onboard new guides so that Eduardo can have some help with welcoming people. I think that will take a little time for people, new guides, to get used to. I feel like, getting used to that is like 2-3 weeks, probably two sprints before they feel really comfortable doing it.
And the outreach, that's the 3 things that we're doing.
Oh yeah, that one's really, really missing. How did that not get on here? And I think we're going to change the list. Eduardo, is it okay if you take this, crafting the message? Okay.
Yeah. At this point, the message is more than crafting it. It's just what it is about and having the calendar updated. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the key here is also getting like the exact people that we want to participate, rather than like mass sending messages to everyone like we did for the awareness of it happening. I think this one is more strategic. This one is more like, here's 30 people that we want to outreach to, and this is the message we want. Like we talked about a little earlier, a specific params party that we want them to join, or specific debate, or something more more of a call to action than the previous one.
Is there any way, and this is out of curiosity, for Griff or Septimus, or I don't know if Vi also knows this, but is there any way to sort of know which users are more active on the params voice channel, and then we just contrast this with the Hatcher list? Is there any way to know this list of people who comes during the past 3 weeks, the last month, most active users?
Actually, Acid Laser is your man. Like, he's making a list because he's giving POAPs. So he got all the people who came, and every parameter. Like, if I come to 3 calls in that sheet, it will say I come to 3 calls, and that for every
Then shall we open an issue to sync? I mean, it could be interesting to. These people from the POAPs are the ones that I will focus on the last part of the outreach. Anyways.
But the people that have showed up already have showed up.
True.
So,
True.
But I think part of this issue of Hatcher outreach here is knowing, and I'm so glad you asked that question. I had no idea we had that list. But like knowing who's already shown up and who's been active in creating proposals, and then getting the other people that haven't been that we want.
Correct. Exactly. You're right. It's the opposite. It's the contrast. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Cool. I feel like we might be missing something. Okay.
Probably.
No, I think it's good. Okay, cool. Cool. Thanks for that. Chewy, how are you feeling? Ready to go?
Yeah, I was just gonna add one last issue, but yeah,
I could also just do sprints first. You want like 4 more minutes?
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, Dan.
No problem. So this is just going to sit in the product backlog. Hosting a params party is something I'm looking forward to doing next sprint. Timeline, I guess we'll look at after Griff and Olivia sync up on voting and all of that. can plug that into a larger timeline. Laser tag multi-sig vote. Oh, that's happening. So I'll drag that in. Actually, we can close this, can't we, Zep?
Yeah, close it. It's done. Maybe post, maybe post the link. So I mean,
hey, did you guys see that Boardroom for some reason still has the old vote, the old snapshot vote? It never updated. Like when you deleted the laser tag and created a new one, Boardroom still has the old one. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does anyone know what is wrong? Like there must be some sort of manual intervention that needs to happen there.
Yep. They manually integrate updates right now. I think they're trying to automate it, but right now it's all manual. So they do it once a week.
What? So like if we...
Yeah, it's unfortunate at the moment, but the same thing happened with Snapshot, but they changed it up now. So Snapshot the same way.
So does that mean only if we delete something and create a new one, then the old one will stay on Boardroom? But if we create something, then it'll still go to Boardroom right away, or Boardroom does a pull once a week?
The Boardroom does a pull once a week, so that's directly from the pull request. I don't know about the interaction between Snapshot and Boardroom itself, but there shouldn't be a delay like that.
So it's kind of a deal breaker for Boardroom, isn't it?
It really is, until they make progress in that area. And so,
yeah, I mean, if we had like a 3-day vote, then it might not even make it to Boardroom before the vote was closed.
Wait. So you're saying that if you make a new snapshot vote, it won't show up, or is it just the updates get manually updated?
I think right now the updates from Snapshot get manually updated within Boardroom, and I'm not sure why. I think that they're trying to fix that right now, but they still do have to do pull requests weekly for any updates on the actual Boardroom pull requests that we make.
But if you start a new vote, it goes up on Boardroom right away.
It should go right up on Boardroom right away, and I'm not sure why this one's not showing up on Snapshot.
So it's only the updates that have the week delay, not the initial vote.
Exactly, but it's been happening recently that the Snapshot has not been updating for some reason.
What's the difference between an update and deleting and creating a new one? Isn't the update deleting and creating? Can't we not update once it's on Snapshot?
I'm not sure. Which vote is this? Did we use the same token? Because if we use a different token, it will not show up.
Oh yeah, actually we changed like with the quadratic voting.
Oh.
It's the same token.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the same token. The quadratic voting is just a different what do they call it? Strategy, but it's the same token.
So it sounds as if there is something broken in Boardroom with its integration with Snapshot right now. And it's kind of good to know, actually, just in general, because I've been using Boardroom for other DAOs as well. And knowing that it might not be up to date is important.
I have to run. Thanks everyone.
Bye, Griff.
Bye, Griff.
Okay.
I'll keep talking with them about it.
Cool. I think I have an issue open for that. I dropped it yesterday. I don't know where it's gone. Okay. So weekly sync, Miro board. It's amazing work that Ivy does behind the scenes. So the multi-sig, I think, can wait. Commons upgrade checklist, I think, is basically just this right now. And I think once we have a timeline, then a checklist can follow that. The TEC and TE is sort of still waiting. The new banners for stewards and communitas. So I don't know if we're going to continue to have banners for call announcements, because the events that's native to Discord doesn't support that right now. And that's the one that we're using. So this might not be necessary anymore unless people want to, use Vi's homegrown bot within the restrictions that it has, which is essentially, it works if it's once a week, but if it's any other cadence, then it doesn't work. Then maybe we can do that. But so not a priority for now. Value proposition for early investors. So Griff did suggest posting this on the forum, and I think I should. So the sprint after next one. Maybe I take that into the sprint. I think the idea is to highlight the value of TEC and in terms of like attracting investors as soon as we launch. Not just investors, but people that would be interested in seeing the TEC's success and being able to communicate that to our community and outside as well. Checklist for onboarding new stewards. I'm not going to take that into the sprint. How do we recognize SMEs in the TEC? I think these are conversations we could have too. Steward nomination process. I think this was this something that you wanted to, I feel like, Nate, this is something that you wanted to initiate. If we should change the steward nomination process. Do you want us to take it into the sprint or sort of continue
changing the steward nomination process or like guideline?
I mean, it's pretty old. It's from a few months ago, but I didn't want to lose track of it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we need to?
I think we can close this. I think actually what we can do is like really look at the stewards working group. I just drafted the new manifesto that incorporates the onboarding and offboarding process, the new institution of terms. So this sort of 6 months, fall off period. I don't know. We can. I'm happy to look at it. I just don't know what a better idea is right now, and I don't know that I don't know that we can spend time really brainstorming on this right now. I don't know. If you want to, we can.
I'll keep it in mind, but I think if it's not broke, don't fix it right now. So.
All right. Well, we'll leave it in the product backlog so we don't lose track of it. And that's it for stewards. I think something that I'd like to do that's more like, I'm not going to put on the sprint board, but it's like encourage all of us and active community members to keep updates on the board. And I think part of that is what was suggested in the retrospective, which is help onboard our community members to the sprint board so that they can also actively contribute as well here. All right, Chewy, you ready?
Yes, Tam. Okay, I'll start with the product backlog since some of the stuff in the icebox hasn't changed a lot. Okay, the video of Parent Party hosted on Gitcoin is we promoted that on Twitter some days ago. Do we want to keep this for? Well, yeah. I mean, probably we want to since we're gonna have more params parties. So I'll keep. I'm gonna keep this in the loop.
Should we close this issue though?
Oh yeah. It's already posted. So.
I have one question.
Yeah, we'll just.
Oh yeah, it's a new one. It's a third one. It's on YouTube. But the thing, like, don't trust the link. I was thinking maybe we want to put this video highlighted on YouTube instead. Right now we have the one on we're on Paris, but maybe it's a bit old. I don't know if we. Yeah, this is a cool video. I don't know if we want to highlight this one instead of this unconference one. I mean, yeah, this is probably more high vibes, and the other one is more updated. So nice.
Yeah, this one is more updated. Let me. I'll drop the link and close this issue.
I would say, look, we can also make that the spotlight for like the next 5-6 weeks, and then come back to this one.
Okay. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super timely.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good idea.
Okay, cool. So we can close this, right?
Yeah. Just I'm trying to add the new link, but okay, I found it. No, wait, I didn't. Where is this? Didn't we tweet this?
Zep, can you give a hand finding the video?
Oh
Is it
yeah.
maybe
I was
I'm standing
already.
right
Yeah. I can close the issue. I'm already putting it on YouTube, and I'll close the issue. Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay. Oops.
Consider it closed.
Okay, cool. Oh, I did close it. I think Chewy is looking for it though.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm updating it on YouTube, so it's there live right now.
So where is this? Okay, so update. No. So which is currently manually updating once a week. I hope I got that. I did that well. So I guess what do we do about this? I guess with Boardroom, we don't do anything. We just link people to the snapshot until Boardroom works better, right?
Totally.
Thanks for answering that. Cool. All right.
So I just realized.
Sorry, Nate. You said something that I missed.
So I just realized that Boardroom does not recognize all snapshot strategies yet. So if we're using a different strategy for this vote, then they won't recognize it.
Ah. Can you do me a huge favor and update that issue and leave it open then? Sorry. No, I lost it because I closed it thinking it was just an issue.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and maybe let's open it again just so we're tracking it. It's good for us to know that for future, experiments that we do. Cool. Back to you, Chewy.
Okay. About issue number 52. For the content map, I added just a quick comment on the follow-up that we've been doing on issue number 904, since this issue is kind of merging with the index that Translations is working on, so that they can pick up where Zero left. Should we keep this issue or should we close it?
I think as long as you guys have it in your work stream, we can close it.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that because this is also a pretty old issue.
Yeah. Where are we storing this list of articles? Where does it live? Does it live on GitHub or does it live on Notion?
It's in Notion. It's the same link that Zero posted.
Oh, this one has comments tag.
Oh yeah. It's no, it's a little bit down there.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, this is great. We can definitely close this issue. It's done.
Yeah,
It's done, and now it's just being updated, which is...
Yeah, this is also more in context of the hatch. That was what was a little bit outdated with it. But it's just great so that translations doesn't have to start from scratch. And yeah, I mean, just to be clear, I know that some stewards are here. I was in a call with Lalo Crypto yesterday, who's gonna be project managing translations. We are gonna be like participating in collectively deciding how to prioritize the content that we have. So just in case you were wondering, like how can I like get to pick what's more relevant to be translated, we're gonna be working in this proposal. So yeah, just to keep everyone in the loop.
Cool.
Listings. So I know that we're talking about like this extra 6 weeks, but it's apparently not happening like that. So we are reopening that issue. So while we don't have a clear date of the launch, I feel that it's just not really. I mean, what we had to do to make some progress on the listings is already done. So I feel that we can stand by on the listings while we get a better idea of when to launch. Okay, about the just a quick note, and since Edu is here, issue number 8, like about the podcast. I know that it's also like a super old issue, and it's like something hard to pick up right now. But same thing that we that I put on the table during the One Hype TV call. Lalo Crypto has really good experience with the Espacio Crypto podcast. It's the #1 tech podcast in Mexico. So I've been talking to them, and they are definitely gonna invite us to participate in it. But since it's in Spanish, maybe you would like to hop on that. So just to say that we're doing something related to podcasts, right? So that this issue is not completely abandoned.
No, we also, I mean, we need to sync regarding that so we can take advantage of Lalo Crypto also providing support. But yeah, so the idea is that by next Monday, we will have sort of the script for the first pilot with Nate for the podcast for the TEC. So the intention is we have been working on that. So yeah, the idea is to sort of, okay, a few questions of we need someone who is a little more of an expert than Nate and I on this, and this is where a lot of crypto comes in key.
I think that Nate would be great voice on the podcast. Like I feel his pronunciation and his tone of voice is really cool. And Chuy, whenever you need a Spanish speaker, you know you can count with me.
Nate
yeah,
is,
or
yeah, sorry, Nate is the voice.
Nate is a great voice, and I also know that whenever I need to count with a Spanish voice, Mitch also did an amazing job yesterday in Ethereum Colombia. It was impressive, like really, like I double praised him for that. Mitch is great, yeah. He speaks great Spanish. Okay, so also now that I'm here, issue number 545 about
Wait,
gravity.
Before we move on, I just want to just stick on the podcast theme for a few more minutes because I love what Edu and Nate are trying to do there. And I think that, Edu, you should also share the Twitch stream that is happening with UNT Wells, because I didn't know about it, and I found out about it really through a conversation that I had with him. And I feel like we should promote that more, even if you promote it internally to the stewards. So do you want to take a moment to share?
Sure. We like 2 weeks ago, I took in advice that was given to me from Griff and Tam at some point to sort of know a little bit more what's going on in other communities, and that sort of fit into T-Wall's bounty into looking for a scriptwriter for his One Hive TV, which I have seen for a while. And then he suggested that I was the one reading actually the research that I was doing on other DAOs. So we created the concept of headlines, and the idea is that it's a weekly Monday 5 p.m. CET stream on Twitch that will become also a podcast and a YouTube output. And the idea is to read headlines of the DAOs in the space. We brought DAOs news based on their snapshot proposals, and we read them. We comment on them. We seek for feedback from the DAOs if they want to comment on the news. And we just launched 2 weeks ago, and the second one, the first one was not recorded, just for the sake of the testing, and then the second one is live on One Hive TV. If anyone wants to take a look at it and provide feedback, it's more than welcome. That's it.
Yeah, cool. Where can we find it? Can you drop a link in the Stewards channel?
Yes, of course.
T-Wells explained it to me as, they are keeping it quiet on purpose because they wanted to see if it would work, and it seems like it's working well. So they're going to continue to do it. And then also, I guess on the same topic now, I had a conversation with T-Wells about doing a spotlight on the TEC. And the idea would be maybe there's 3 working groups or 4 working groups who present. Certainly the dashboard, I think, would be the cornerstone of this whole thing. And then maybe 2 or 3 other working groups who can sort of present the work that's being done in the TEC.
Yeah, he mentioned that, and yeah, we are looking into that. Thank you, Tam.
Cool. All right, back to you, Chewy.
Okay. I just remember the Exi thing, so just don't let me forget about that, Tam, because it's relevant. Although I already briefed Septi on it, and it's actually a good thing. It's not more stuff on our plate. So
I'm going to put it on the Stewards agenda right now. Is it okay that, does it need to be talked about before Wednesday?
I don't think so. I don't think that a lot of stuff is going to happen before Wednesday, but yeah, just like just disclosing it to the rest of the stewards is gonna just make me feel good about what's happening there. Because
it's on our agenda for Wednesday.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so for the sprint backlog, we have the funding proposal. I also have the.
Wait, I don't see that. Is that a new issue?
No, it's in the sprint backlog.
Oh, you put, yeah, sweet, got it. Thanks.
Okay, and then right next to it, I have the TEC style guide. Alessa is a new graphic designer that is approaching the TEC. She hasn't had a lot of engagement, but she's had like a couple of one-on-ones with Asset Laser. He feels really very like confident with this, and I just had a talk with Marco because we are gonna be syncing next week on just stuff around the style guide, like what's gonna happen with TEC branding after the Commons upgrade and some stuff like this. So I feel that it's a good opportunity to bring this into the sprint backlog, so that maybe one of the first issues or contributions that Alessa could help with could be this much needed guide. And I feel that it can just be like really good feedback from Marco and also from Asset Laser, since how he has been like applying and exploring around these assets, so that once and for all there can be like one guide, and it doesn't matter like if we have new contributors, we can have like a manual and
standard style. Yes. Yeah, yes. That'd be great. Yeah. Hey, I have a question. What do you mean what happens to TEC branding after the Commons upgrade? Are we expecting something to change drastically after the Commons upgrade?
No, not really. On the contrary, it would be like, okay, so now if we have like a lot of flow from new contributors, how can we keep track with it? Let me just quickly read Marco's message, because he put it in a very good way. Okay. Oh, let's set up a quick sync to discuss TEC design long term. So yeah, like branding assets and the how to use it and guidelines and just a very like general stuff, just so that we can have a clearer guide for new contributors without having to approach them like one-on-one and having to sync with Asset Laser, just so that there can be more
This
free.
is something that's been missing for a long time. I mean, this would be amazingly helpful for everyone who wants to contribute and can have the just the guidelines for how to visually represent the TEC, as well as, I don't know if there's going to be an editorial version of it as well, but that maybe is a different project. Can I add one thing? Because looking at this reminded me of Uncle Bim Bim, and Uncle Bim Bim and I had a conversation today around something that we think he can do for Common Stack. And the thing is, help us visualize or visually explain the augmented bonding curve and sort of its importance and how it works. And when it was the first time we talked, and when we were talking, I just want to share this with everyone, and especially Eduardo too, because I feel like, and Livia, actually everyone, because it was a huge testament to the TEC's onboarding. He's in Australia, so our meetings start around 2 a.m. for him. And he just had a newborn baby, a daughter. So and he has a full-time job. So it became too much to try to, he was very interested in the TEC. He said that he's been going through many different Discords. He started with Forefront, and that's where Chewy recruited him to come visit us in the TEC. And he said that the TEC was the first one that had a really nice orientation system. And he feels like not only did he learn the basics of the DAO, but he felt like, he said, how kind and structured we are made him feel like it was easy to integrate. So I thought that was really nice to share, actually. And aside from if not for the time zone, he found it very hard to leave, but he had to because of time zone differences. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. It was a really nice testament to the culture we've built here.
Thank you, Tam, for sharing that.
Yes, I definitely could feel his struggle when he told me I don't think this is gonna work for me, but oh my god, everything is so amazing. It was really hard to get. Wish we had some more Australia friendly.
I think we're going to get, yeah, I wish we did too, actually. Maybe we will grow to that, because I'm seeing more and more Australians. I don't know, word is spreading in Australia. I think we're going to get him to do stuff for Common Stack, some visual explainers, some graphics. So I think he's going to stay in our ecosystem with us. He doesn't want to leave. He wants to be in our ecosystem. Okay, cool. So I love that we're doing that this sprint.
Also, the next issue that I actually wanted to ask about, because I wasn't, I had followed it, but I wasn't aware of the updates, is issue number 899, which is an issue that other issues submitted, actually. And it's about ADA accessibility requirements. There are some really, really interesting feedbacks here. And I know that we had some issues with everything around updating the website. But I saw that MC Smith picked up on this. I just wanted to ask if because I haven't seen them around in the Discord server, but maybe it's another username.
No, his name is MS, and he's really active in Communitas.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen MS a lot.
Yeah, but Aloysius is here. Maybe they'll give us an update if they have any news on it. Hi, Aloysius.
Hi, guys. I like these meetings because I get the overview of everything that's happening if I miss all the other meetings. Yeah, we're getting ready to get together and talk about, I know they're still working on the website. They had issues with the website, but with that accessibility energy, kind of what's coming out of that is we want to have drop-in workshops in the Commons for devs and designers and people from wherever to come in and have like drop-in sessions where MS and his team can teach accessibility stuff, like which was my passion, was like, if we're making things, we have to have stuff on the front end, accessibility. And I'm like, and that's so huge. That's such a big thing. I don't know who these people are. And we found them. So yeah, that's kind of what we're inching towards. As far as the website, it's a little bit of a slow trickle with the different front ends and stuff, with them getting access. So I'm not following that piece so much, but we are whittling away at having some offerings, hopefully.
Cool. That's excellent to hear.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that someone was still on this, but yeah, definitely, like MS is in a lot of calls, so probably he's already
yeah, he's
involved
active in the reward system as well. Yeah, he's very present with us.
Okay, and I'm almost done. Issue number 140: create customized badge names for discourse. Also, like a super old issue that could be fixed very quickly. So I think Livy is an admin for the forum. I was just wondering if we could have like a new badge created. I also think ByV has some access, so I tagged him. And I was checking out the badge function, and just in case there's like a graphic that could be, it would just like be very helpful for people that are new in the forum, just to know like who are the stewards, not only in Discord but also in Discourse.
Yeah, I really like that. And actually, the person who chose the emoji for the stewards is here in our call today. And well, it's not me. Metaverde chose the emoji for stewards, and we've just been using it ever since. I don't know, if Metaverde, if you're here and want to say hi.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that. I think everything came with the list.
Oh. We didn't have emoji before you started setting up the Discord server, and then I copied it from the new Discord server into all of our docs because I liked it so much. So I credit you, but maybe it's somebody else that doesn't.
But I would give V credit.
Okay, maybe it's V. He gets credit for a lot of stuff.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I love it, Chewy. And maybe we can just use the, is it possible to just use the emoji for the stewards?
I'm not sure about how it shows up, like if it's an emoji or like a small icon next to the username.
Okay.
But yeah, like whatever it is, if it's an emoji, or I mean, if it's a matter of adjusting something in each of the profiles, I'll make sure to tag the stewards and let everyone know that they need to add this. Or if it's a matter of an admin assigning badges, that would be much easier. So hopefully it's the second one, and I'll see if ByV has a quick chance to make that adjustment.
Cool.
I'm looking into it right now, and do you know if it has other name other than badges? Because it doesn't show up that option.
It's
oh, badges. Okay, I found it.
Oh yeah.
And then maybe we can create a new one. Okay, I got it. I'll do it now.
Oh, perfect.
Wow, that was
maybe
quick.
we could even close it now.
Yeah, nice. Cool.
Thank you, Livy.
I see this name. I don't know if is this coming into the sprint, the Praise Quantum Rules. Is it ready, that forum post? or does it still need to be updated, changed in any way? Oh, Nate's done. Sorry. All right. I thought Nate was still here. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, any
I'll
update on
ask
the
Nate about
optimism
that one.
retroactive public funding? And thanks for doing that.
No worries. Last email was just confirming my ENS, and that's it. Like I confirmed it right away, and I'm still standing by for that. But I added that to the issue just to keep everyone in the loop. And last one I think is the contributor index for comms. I posted an update there. It's issue 922. And it's in the sprint backlog.
Oh, cool.
And there's one Google document all the way down. And yeah, this looks like the end of a nightmare with colors and everything. So yeah, that's the last update that I added to this issue.
Great.
And as for the new issue that I still haven't added, I'm just gonna start an. I don't know if it's like an individual issue, but it's for setting sync calls with the different teams. I'm gonna start making those recurring. So yeah, I'll. But I don't know if I should add it during this sprint because it's not really gonna be relevant until we kick it off after the comments upgrade. So
I would say drop it in the product backlog and just leave it there so we don't lose track of it and we don't have to drag it into the sprint.
okay, yeah, that's perfect, Sam. Thank you. And yeah, that's it for.
I just want to ask about this one that's mentions. Is this still something that we want to do?
Ivy just sent me this in the start of the call, and I already messaged Zero to just ask him if he would be willing to take this over.
Okay. Do you think we'll bring it into the sprint?
Yeah.
It sounds like
let's do that.
he's already on it, and Ivy's
and as soon as I get confirmation from Zero, I'll change the assignment so that I can take that off Ivy's plate.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks so much for all this. All right, cool. Olivia, we're up to you. Are you ready? First off,
Oh no, I got distracted with this forum thing. It didn't. So the badge can only be given based on activity. So we can't like give a badge to people that we choose, you know?
Oh, interesting.
It's just like people would earn the badge depending on how much depending on how much we put the settings for what they need to do to get the badge. But maybe there's something else. I'll look into it. And
I think Chewy also suggested if we just add an emoji to our handle, that could probably be enough. Although,
yeah,
in theory,
that's true.
anyone could do that, but maybe we could discourage anyone else from using the same emoji in their handle. Cool. All right. Do you need a few more minutes? We can look through the things that have no assignees. Do you need a few more minutes to update SoftGov?
Sure. Thank you.
No problem. A spreadsheet of DAOs with context. Okay, nice Discord feature. Can we apply this to our own? Oh, this was something, I don't know who would we want to work on this, but this was something about logging in to, wait, why is this? Wait, why did I write this? I feel like I used my Ethereum address to log into this. I'm going to Discord. Is it Discord? Yeah, more over the system orientation. How long people have been the server attending calls and things like that. I'm busy. Okay, so these are okay. So it is. He's right. It's discourse. So this is something around, well, giving some attention to discourse, and maybe that will be an entire epic and a theme in itself, and maybe doesn't sound like something we could take into the sprint. Let's see. Design cool swag for the TEC swag shop. This is still open. We haven't gotten anyone to respond to this. I know Chewy, you said that 08 might be interested in it. I tagged him to see, maybe you could, I can put it on his radar again to see if he's interested in designing some swag for the swag shop. Let's see what else there is. All right, oh, yeah, that's a nice one. All right. And I'll have a call with Christopher later this week for the reward system that's coming into the sprint, but we won't be able to do it tonight. Oh, all these repeatings. I'll drag these in too. So all of Ivy's repeating. And Livia's, and I will leave those out. All right, so I don't know, Livia, maybe we can start with what is here, and anything else that isn't, we can add during this call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, so this decision-making process, you went over that with me the other day, but I still spent like 4 hours more on that after it, just to like make sense of everything. It was quite, yeah. So now it makes sense. I just didn't finish the DAO voting part because it felt confusing and I was tired. And then today there were so many calls, but I think it's just taking a look at it again.
Okay, cool. So it sounds like it's coming into the sprint.
Yeah. And then there is, wait, I was making an issue. Oh, so add reward working group manifesto to the Git book and to the community call slides. I already closed the issue of making the manifesto.
Can you drag it into the sprint backlog? I'm not, maybe that's rewards working group and not SoftGov.
Okay, yeah, because it was under SoftGov before and then now it changed. I'm just, yeah, next sprint.
Cool.
Okay. And
the infographic is coming into the sprint.
yeah, actually this week was very hectic for me, but I collected a bunch of comments and I think now is just about like going over the comments with Katarina and Acid Laser. I'll put in my calendar to, or I'll put in the sprint to schedule a call with them.
Okay. And this decision making, okay, so the covenant, oh, there's something that came up. I'm not sure if you were on the call when it came up, but the idea was that after the covenant is finished and ready for vote, that it should just go through legal and maybe get some viewpoint from legal before it goes up for vote.
Cool, that makes sense.
And boardroom finalization, I think Nate is working on this still, so I'll drag it in.
Yeah, what was that you said, Nate? The voting type from Snapshot didn't show there?
Yeah, he's not here, but what happened was the boardroom, so we had the snapshot for laser tag, and then there was a duplicate, so we deleted it, and then Zep deleted and created a new one while we were on the retrospective. And then the boardroom still has the old one with 11 instead of 10 options. And what Nate mentioned was that there is a manual process to update once a week, but it's not exactly 100% clear if that's for all updates on Boardroom. At least on Snapshot, at least it wasn't for me. But more importantly is that somehow Boardroom doesn't support all voting types from Snapshot. So that might have been it, but maybe not, because it would be the same voting type as the one that showed up. So there's a big question mark around Snapshot showing up on Boardroom accurately.
I see.
But this is more for adding the page that says the decision-making process and maybe give some more information, the main TEC landing page and Boardroom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And that reminds me that I need an issue for that, like Snapshot. Does anyone knows? Anyone from Snapshot? No, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Should we? Is there anything else that we need to bring into this sprint, Livia?
I don't know if the form that Caesar made went to Communitas, or if I should put here just so we don't lose it, lose track of it.
Yeah, where is that? Yeah, where is that?
Caesar, you're here, right?
Yeah, he's here.
Yes.
Cool. Can you update us on how's that going? Just the form.
I think that never made it to the sprint board. That just happened. I think there's a conversation that happened, so it never made it to the sprint board, which is why, yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious if we had more people participating. I promoted a little bit more, but I think it still needs more. I see that you're unmuted, but I can't hear you.
Okay, so I'm going to create an issue. Just maybe I can assign it to Caesar and create it through SoftGov and Communitas, since I feel like it's both groups are involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
And we might as well just add it to the sprint now. Cool. Okay, Caesar, I also see that you're unmuted, but didn't hear if you did have an update on how many people have filled out the form so far.
Sorry, my internet's like really choppy. I think about like 3 or 4, not that many people.
Okay.
I shared with the Communitas group, and then I added a question based on somebody's feedback. Yeah, so that's as far as we've gone, I think.
Okay, so we should promote it more.
I think it's definitely hard to get people to fill out surveys. And now I think we have that survey, a transparency survey. We have a survey for Communitas for when you land. So we probably also should figure out, like we should maybe balance how many surveys we have and track them. I like the idea that Durgadas had, is to sort of track everything together in HubSpot, and then we can even cross-reference them in a more robust way than we can with Google Forms.
I was leading the transparency survey, but I think like the intention is like, it's going to be very specific. Like it's not going to be like a survey, to I mean, anyone who can wanna do it is going to do it. Like it's open to anyone, but like the people we plan to reach out is probably people who are more into the know. Like probably it's more like Stuart, like Durgada, like people who's very in the know of the TC. So yeah, just to clarify.
Oh, also there's the updating the dates. I don't know if you guys had a chat about this today earlier in the call.
We
Updating the
didn't.
date.
We didn't. Although Griff mentioned the two of you would be able to get together and come up with those dates. So can I assign it to you, Livia?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna add it to
Thank
this
you.
bit. Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest one that we have. All right, is there anything else from SoftGov, or is this enough for the sprint?
That's enough.
Cool. All right, we have our sprint. This is sprint 23, and I want to say thank you everyone for being here. And I didn't do an icebreaker in the beginning, but I have a short icebreaker for the end if everyone wants to participate. And if you don't, you could just say pass. So the question is going to be, tell me about a person you met only once and who is not related to you that really made an impact on you and or was memorable. I have a few minutes to think about it. And then I'm going to say, Zeptimus, can you get us started? I'll set a timer for 2 minutes.
Okay. Oh, that's a very hard question. I was start to thinking. I mean, only once. That's the hard part. Like I meet many people, you know, but for only once. I mean, the only people that comes to my mind that feels that the first requirement, like of only meeting once and being a cool dude, it was my drive teacher. I only had one class, so I only meet him once, and he was. I mean, it was nice. Like, I mean, I don't feel like he changed my life or anything, but he was trying me to get more confident when I'm driving, right? So, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer. Yeah,
I think we can extend it to like a few times, once or just a few times, but not like somebody you meet regularly, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I have one philosophy teacher in high school. Like I was very. I was comforting, you know. Everything's good. I don't want more. And then he meant to change my life, like to be more competitive in a good way. And yeah, it was a very nice professor. So yeah, praise to him. I'll pass it to Libby.
Thanks. The first person that came to my mind was when I was living in New York. Bea from Dada connected me to a friend of hers, and she said, "You two are the only people that I know that do theater and blockchain. You should meet." And then I talked to her, and I went to this like very surreal encounter that she was doing a residency at the TED Talk auditorium, but all the TED Talk people were in Canada for another conference, and she was there all by herself. And then we sat in the stage of this auditorium, just me and her, and she was a TED Talk speaker. And we were talking about art and blockchain and crypto and all that. And at some point I said, wow, it's so hard sometimes for me to talk. Like I feel like my words don't follow like my thoughts, and I get confused, and then it feels like people don't understand me. And it's weird because I was an actress, like how come I can't talk in front of people now? And then she said, well, you were always speaking the words of others. How does it feel to speak your own words? What is that you want to say? What is your truth? Maybe the moment you find that out, it's not going to be hard to talk. And that was very impactful for me, and it always makes me think about it. And I never saw her again. And I'll pass to Juanca.
Thanks, Libby. Yeah, I would say grief. Like I have only met him twice, and I mean that man is amazing. He's a workaholic, very funny. He's crazy but very nice. He like sees you from the first time and gives you a really big hug, and yeah, I don't know. And like now I'm here, so like yeah, it's amazing how life can give you so many great people. And I'll pass to Tam.
Oh, cool. You know, the first person that came to my mind is somebody I've met a few times, not just once, but the first time I met him, we were sitting down to have dinner as a group of us. And he started talking about a project that he was trying to get funding for. And it was to shoot a mass into space and to have the projection, like to have the trajectory designed specifically so that it would start to like create circles that would have, you know, mass, create these clusters, which would eventually spell hello world in the sky with asteroids. And it sounded preposterous, right? And it is preposterous. And he was like, this is like a 1.4 million year project, but I think if we start now, and his name is Jaron Lanier. He's actually he's considered is considered the inventor of virtual reality. And he is an amazing, like, technologist, philosopher, musician. He plays like 400 different instruments. He has this huge collection in his house. And I just remember like that one story thinking like, oh, I am aiming way too low. Like if it's like, I should be like, that's what I should be shooting for in my life. Like things that are that, I don't know, like excitingly unrealistic, but yeah. So he's had a huge influence on me. And I think about it often, actually, that one example. And I'll pass to Aloysius.
Hello. I didn't catch, was it someone you haven't met in person or you've only met in person a few times?
It's like you only met once or a few times. Maybe somebody you're not in like constant contact with, or yeah, we can make it whatever you feel like.
Well, okay, I'm going to say Christy C. Rhodes then. This is the first person I could think of. It's an artist that I like, and I've appreciated their art for a really long time. And I recently got a tarot reading from them from a tarot deck that I predicted they would create about 11 years ago. And while we were on the tarot talk, they talked about that's when they like started designing it. Was back when I was like wishing that it was a thing. But they create a lot of, yeah, I think what really got me was I saw this image in one of their art pieces and it just stood out. It was a person in a wheelchair, but it was like kink. There was like kink stuff happening. And it was literally the first time I had ever seen somebody with like disabilities in art in that setting. It was just like, finally I saw, you know, like a type of person who finally got representation somewhere, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. So that was really inspiring. And that was a really neat human being to like meet and talk to. Yeah. And then do I pass or does someone else pass?
You can, for sure.
I guess. Have we heard Juan? I like Juan. I just keep picking on Juan.
We did.
He cheated.
Maybe we'll pass to Chewy.
There you
go. I'm sorry, what was the exact question again?
All right, so the exact question was, tell me about a person you met only once, but in the spirit of this, it could be once or a few more times, who's not related to you, that really made an impact on you and or was very memorable.
I met Guillermo del Toro once when I was in film school. I remember I was like super impacted by the naturality of his just behavior, like around people that never met him before. I remember being around like people and filmmakers and musicians that I admire, and it was like this atmosphere of, oh my God, and it took you like a little bit like to forget about it. But I remember that with him, he would be like an expert in making people around him like think or go to an idea and get completely distracted by the fact of I don't know, like his trajectory. Or yeah, I was just thinking about that, like because yeah, he's a really nice guy. And he's known to be like very respectful to like his fans. So I don't know, that came to mind. And yeah, I stepped out a little bit because I went to get the new sample. So I'm gonna shield Alvin for a little bit this call. And
Nice.
yeah, my dog is stress testing the other one that I got. I'll pass it to BFA.
Okay. Interesting. I was listening to you until the point, about your dog that it was interested. It's something that you got. Okay. I think I met this amazing guy about 3 years ago. Funny enough, I can't remember his name, but I think we met in a conference in Lagos, Nigeria. He traveled down from US, and we got into a conversation about technology, stuff like that. And so while we are having that conversation, I took his name, just Google it to know more about him. So but before then, we've spoken much. He didn't really talk much about himself, and we are just flowing. We are just it was just impacting a lot of knowledge into me. Kind of little bit elderly in very advanced in age, and kind of just talking. I later realized after our conversation, that it was kind of one of influential person in US, and a big investor, mogul, something like that. But it's not just about his background, but the knowledge that he still, then I was like a young, startup just coming up. I was building my startup. Try a couple of startups that failed. So
BFA, I just want to give you a 10-second warning. 10 seconds left. Enough time for everyone to share.
So those information, is still with me till today, and really makes so much. I'm sorry.
Cool. So maybe we pass to Caesar.
Okay. Yeah, pass it to Caesar.
All right, thank you. For me, and I don't remember her name because I only met her once, but I met this a person. We were backpacking in Italy, and so we were staying at a hostel, right? And so you get to meet a lot of people. But this girl made an impression on me because she just seemed like really cool. She was like an awesome person. And then she said this one thing that like really stuck with me, and it was something like she loved traveling because every time that she'd meet people, she would get to like reinvent herself, and she would reflect and just kind of like try out like different kind of, I don't know, personalities or different things. And she kind of like would stick with the ones that she liked the results. And I was like, oh, that's a very like interesting way to run experiments to improve yourself. And I just took it like, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't even have to travel to like do that. And so, yeah, I found it very interested to like see that kind of approach at improving yourself. And I took that with me. So yeah. Am I the last one or?
Oh, I think with our last 2 minutes, we get to hear Mitch.
All right.
That's a really interesting story, Caesar. All I could think of is just like red flags.
That too, yeah. That's a good way to, yeah. I thank you for that perspective, yeah.
Well, my first question is this call being recorded?
Okay. Yeah.
You could cut the call. You could cut the recording.
Oh, okay.